Hi everyone. Today's video is specially made for you if you're a fan of Google or simply using any applications of it. We're gonna talk about the biggest to the newest scandals of Google. No one using tech does not know this tech company, or simply, the name Google is one of the most common search engines. In the century of booming technology and cyber development, any action of you on the internet can easily be tracked for the purpose of data collection. Even if you are watching this video, maybe you are being followed. No need to wait any longer, let's begin the video. Today, the more famous you are, the more controversial you become, and so does Google. Google has been reported to relating to users spying, unwanted touching or speaking cover-up, and data leakage. It's time to take a look back at the company's most controversial topics. To open with, you might not know about this, the biggest scandals in the history of the giant. In early 2018, the phrase, "Don't be evil," which had been used by Google since 2000, was deleted from the company's internal code of conduct for employees. Since then, the phrase may only be found as a footnote in an inconspicuous location. Surprisingly, 2018 has been a year of several Google controversies, as this timeline reveals right now. Let's look back to February 2013. At that time, did you own a Google account and use Gmail for any purposes? It's sad to inform you that all your private emails were watched. In the IT business, it's an old saying that if something is free, you are the product. In early 2013, Microsoft took this cliché to heart and started the "Don't Get Scroogled" campaign. What's the concept? Google is a threat to your privacy. Microsoft demonstrated how Gmail analyzes all of a user's emails before presenting them with highly personalized advertising. Clearly, Microsoft has its own interests in the campaign, moving Gmail users to Outlook, but as it was illustrated, Gmail isn't very privacy-friendly. And the month later, in March 2013, it went like, US intelligence spies on Google users. In the same year, according to informant Edward Snowden, NSA was snooping on Google and Yahoo accounts. Personal profiles, text, audio, and video were all secretly obtained by the American Intelligence Service. Google was taken aback. The Washington Post issued a statement claiming that it had not given the NSA authorization. Google did note that it has long been concerned about National Intelligence Service's spying capabilities. Skip it for several years, and in April 2018, Google's partnership with the Pentagon has come to an end. Google had a year full of controversies in 2018. Employees at Google, for example, asked that their company end Project Maven, a joint venture with the US military, in April. The specific nature of the experiment is unknown, but according to The Verge, Google assisted the Pentagon in analyzing picture data collected from drones. In the end, almost 3,000 Google employees signed a petition asking for the contract to be terminated. Consequently, Google was forced to call a halt to the partnership, claiming that it did not directly promote military objectives. Then, in October 2018, for months, Google kept the data leak hidden. Google entered the headlines again a few months later, this time in a negative situation. Between 2015 and 2018, the now-defunct social media platform Google+ had a data breach, revealing the personal information of 500,000 members, including names, occupations, and sexual preferences. The privacy problem was kept hidden by Google until it was revealed by the Wall Street Journal. Google+ was shut down as a result of the company's response. Few people will miss the site, given Google's social network was a colossal failure. At the end of 2018, in November, employees at Google are protesting the company's culture. Over 20,000 Google workers protested against their own company in more than 40 locations across the world. They believed that Google was not effectively dealing with current and past workers who were accused of sexual misconduct. The lawsuit involving Andy Rubin, one of the creators of the Android operating system, was the direct cause of the protests. In 2013, Rubin was accused of pushing a Google employee into unwanted touching. An internal inquiry found enough evidence to file a case against Rubin, but no further action was taken. Rather, Google chose to settle for more than $90 million with a fellow Android inventor in order to conceal the incident. The case was brought to light in 2018 as a result of extensive research by the New York Times. Larry Page, a co-founder of Google, played a particularly prominent role. Despite the severe allegations, the Post page aggressively encouraged the board of directors to defend Rubin, according to the Post page. Into the new year 2019, Dragonfly, a Google product, conforms with Chinese government regulations. Google, like nearly every other big tech company, is in conflict with the Chinese government. In order to continue operating in China, the firm built a customized, censored version of their search engine known as Project Dragonfly. Activists, on the other hand, were offended by the Chinese version of Google. According to the spokesman of International Tibet Network, one of the main issues with Project Dragonfly is that Google is permitted to share sensitive search results of people with the Chinese authorities, such as when someone searches for human rights or Dalai Lama. This advocacy group campaigns for Tibetan rights and argues that Project Dragonfly puts minorities at threat. Google said later that year that it will no longer use the modified version of its web browser. In 2020, Google has a backdoor in Android that allows it to copy competitors. According to research by The Information, Google has created a backdoor into Android that allows it to acquire competition-sensitive data from rival applications. This allows the firm to monitor, for example, how often competitor applications are accessed and how consumers act in them, according to the website, which was updated in mid-2020. Also, this information is used by Google to detect tricks from other Android applications. In this approach, the firm would have produced YouTube shorts, such as TikTok. Privacy scandals in the past and present. Google's past is littered with privacy issues. It's hard to think that the corporation should occasionally get all of the first pages by mishandling user data. In early 2020, for instance, it was found that Google had mixed up customers' personal download files by mistake. As a result, instead of receiving their own photographs and videos, some people received the personal information of other Google users. This issue affected 0.01% of users, according to 9 to 5 Google. Of course, this is a modest amount, but considering Google's size, it is still a massive privacy disaster. In another case, the Federal Trade Commission penalized Google more than $170 million in September 2019. The corporation violated children's privacy on YouTube, according to the American Watchdog. A few weeks ago, Google was involved in another privacy issue. Max Schrems, an online activist, then filed a complaint with the French regulator CNIL. According to Schrems, Google violates the law by not asking Android users for permission to broadcast customized advertising. The CNIL decision has not yet been made public. That's all about the scandals so far of tech giant Google. In the world of competition and calculation, users are becoming the fruity cake with the intention of digging your personal data. This is the era of data breeding money. Be careful and be smart, users, in any online apps or social media. And that's all about the Google. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know by hitting the like and let me know in the comments. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell to get noticed of the newest video.